La 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 la. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Hello, everyone. TV here. TV the marketer, owner and founder of Rockstar Marketing. Today, I wanted to just give you a quick story, quick rundown of this week. Just a week in the life, a little bit of summary of what went down this week. Um, at least some of the highlights and the lowlights. And I'll start with the lowlights, and you can go high. Lowlights. And this is what happened. I had a couple of clients whose credit cards got declined with Facebook and TikTok. And sometimes it just happens for whatever reason. I have one client who often loses her card. So she has to get one reissued and go through the entire process. But the problem becomes that all the ads immediately stop because, Facebook doesn't want to give away free impressions and free ads with nobody paying. So that's normal. But this week, it was actually strange because um, the clients were perfectly fine when I messaged my clients to let them know that their credit cards were being declined by Facebook, Google, YouTube, and TikTok. Actually, they were shocked um, because everything was working fine. But because my clients are busy, it gets really hard for them to follow back up and check with their bank, their credit card issuer. And that's what happened. Even the backup card was being declined. The client actually gave me a backup card. We ran that one, and that was being declined, and she was flabbergasted. The problem is most of her inbound traffic and leads comes from our ads. So that became a major issue. TikTok was actually delayed in running the card. So we're still getting leads. Um, a quick story on that. Like, this is for an attorney here in Texas. She's getting leads at $3, $4 a day consistently. So that was when it did finally kick in, like Friday, when that card ran through. It got declined, and all of a sudden, leads from Facebook, from YouTube, and from TikTok stopped coming in. So I'm freaking out because my job depends on delivering those leads and running those ads. Eventually, she was able to get that straight, get time to call the credit card issuer and just clear that up because they, I guess, were afraid that there might have been some, what do they call it, scam activity, um, fraudulent activity. That's what it is. I couldn't think of the word. So they're doing their job, but the problem is they didn't even notify her. And I actually told her, like, hey, check your emails, check your texts, because I know that that happens. They want to make sure that the charges are legitimate. That didn't come through. She had to call, and that's when she found out. Great, we got that straight. But then, and this is the thing that, I mean, it sent, I think it was Wednesday night, I sent my head spinning because her ad account got shut down on TikTok. Even after it was paid. And this is for a separate reason altogether. Somehow, or for some odd reason, TikTok decided that they were going to implement, and this happens a lot. Facebook did this too with new rules a few years back, and every so often they'll change the rules, and all of a sudden you're left scrambling trying to figure out what new rules I need to abide by. Um, and it is an absolute nightmare for clients to try to manage this by themselves because as it stands for me trying to manage and figure out what I need to do to get their account in good standing and certify them, verify them becomes absolutely difficult. So our account gets shut down. I noticed it actually around 4 or 5 o'clock, and I start trying to figure out what happened. And it I couldn't even reach TikTok because there is no real way to reach them if you're not able to get logged in. So that was the other wrinkle to this. I couldn't get logged in. You have to ask for a verification code so I could send to your email, but that verification code wasn't being sent at all. How am I supposed to get in if I can't get that verification code? Um, and that was an absolute nightmare. I was stressing out because how can I fix something I don't have access to? How can I request support when I don't have access to it? They don't have any way to reach them unless you are logged into the account. It was it was a nightmare. Um, I even used AI. I used Perplexity to help me find solutions to scrape the internet to find what people may have done to reach. TikTok, if they're unable to log in. I did everything I could. I was scrambling. I was emailing any emails. I actually asked the team to give me emails for support that might be available on the internet. There was a few that I was able to finally email, but none of them have replied, by the way. What did work is that I was logged into the ad account on another device, on this device, actually, this laptop. So I was able to log in, and in doing so, I was able to then message support and then start getting support. Um, it's been a crazy week. Anyways, back to the verification. I tried to submit their verification and to try to be in the right. And they're really particular about how you submit those forms and that the document number is in the right place. And I find it crazy because like they can now scrape that. They can AI can screen can read the document and it should be able to tell where the fields are at, that I submitted the wrong one, so they declined it. I can tell you guys, if you're a business owner and you're trying to do this for yourself, it is, I don't know how you would do it without losing your mind and getting behind on your day-to-day work. I am grateful that I do get paid to do this, because I can take the time to to try to figure it out. I did. I'll go as far as to say that I actually started to wonder if maybe I got hacked, and that was part of the reason. I started looking at my computer. I started scanning everything. I have a MacBook, and MacBooks are pretty good about being safe, but they're not 100%, but they're pretty safe at not being installing malware and all that crap. So I was up till like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning scanning my computer, trying to find what was wrong, what could have caused some of these issues, that especially the part about being able to log in. It wasn't my computer. I verified that I have 100% security. I do like 50 character passwords. I do double authentication. I do all these things to ensure that people get taken care of and that I take care of their accounts. That they're it's of an urgency. Their business depends on my own security. But I'm glad that I could take the time. Imagine a business owner, you trying to figure this out. Um, I say that this is a long story. Point is, it can get crazy at times, especially when you're doing good work and you're putting out good content and you're promoting it and you're doing all the things you're supposed to. And then all of a sudden, in other instances, accounts get shut down. Facebook accounts get shut down because they think that you're doing something scammy, spammy, or whatever. And that is challenging if you don't have someone fighting for you while you do your day-to-day job or trying to file into disputes. It's going to be really hard, um, and virtually impossible if you don't do this every single day and know how to poke around and start looking for answers to questions. And sometimes, like I said, I don't even know because things happen and they make new rules. They don't necessarily let you know. Not necessarily. They just start changing because they feel like it's the right thing to do or they're under pressure to do so. I did have a good Thursday because I went networking. I saw a bunch of my friends at East Dallas networking, so that's fun. Had a good, couple of good shout outs from the group. So, and I, I had a couple of other things I did that I'm really proud of is that I shot a bunch of content for myself. You're probably noticing, if you watch this later, you're seeing a lot more content from me, and that's because I've been playing small in a lot of ways, and I'm trying to do better, and so that's why you're seeing it. You're seeing more and promoting more, and you see my face anywhere and everywhere. So be ready. Get used to this face. Um, if you have any questions about marketing, social media, advertising, messaging, reach out to me. I can definitely help. I'd be happy to talk to you for free. Do a quick 30, 45-minute consultation, see what you're doing, give you some advice, and maybe if we're a good fit, we can work together because I like to work with good businesses. So if you're a good business doing good stuff, good human doing good business in the community, I'd love to work with you. So have a good day. Talk to you soon and stay in the game. We'll talk later.